Hi, Mr. Impala back, and I'm back working on my 96 Impala SS. Pretty freaking dirty because it hasn't run, I don't know, year and a half. Yeah, probably a year and a half. Anyway, so I did put a video out earlier last year in 23, uh, replacing the fuel pump. And if you've seen it, and I think there was a comment or two about it, when I finally got it to quote unquote run, it ran really bad. As I've said in other video, I think I mentioned that we had a kind of a rough summer and fall, so I didn't get much done. Not too many videos I think were even put out during that time. So I'll wait till the middle of winter and start putting some stuff out. It's not bad today. It's 40 degrees and it should be 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So anyway, back on the fuel system, and the reason it wasn't running is because I had 10 psi up at the fuel rails, which, you know, carburetor, yeah, that would run. This ain't gonna run, and it didn't, as you probably, if you've watched it, probably know that it ran like crap. So I finally got around to getting back in and dropping the tank again. What I'm going to do, and you know, maybe it says it in the instructions. I'm going to, and I'm not going to be able to do this because I don't have my camera. I just have my phone. I'm going to remove this. This is so the fuel pump. Hey, I'm way too close here. Let me see if I can back this off a little bit. I guess I can't. I thought I could go to 1.5. So the fuel pump, this beast right here, slips into this little container there. That is a new fuel pump. It has a little foam thing in here, a rubber, plastic, soft plastic, hard rubber, whatever. And this slips in something like this, gets plugged in here. This snaps in on top, and this just kind of matches me. That doesn't actually slip in. It just is supposed to touch. There's an O-ring in there, rubber O-ring. It's in good shape. But I saw on something I was looking at yesterday that people, well, this one person, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, I think removed this clamp and clamped it right onto that. Not the electrical part, the other one. So I'm going to try that and see what kind of pressure I get out of it. I'm thinking that it was not sealing really well right here. And so, so some of the, most of the fuel / pressure was not going to where I wanted it to go. So I'm going to do that, and I'll probably have to run to the parts store and get a clamp, although I could just test it with something I have here. It's a fuel clamp, fuel injection type clamp, and it's different than the normal, you know, what you use. Oh, like that one right there. I could use that temporarily, but as a permanent fix, I'll get a right type of fuel injection clamp. So when I have something concrete, I don't actually mean concrete, but when I have something done, I will come back and talk to you again. Okay, so the first thing that I had to do is remove this. and it actually wasn't all that difficult. It was attached right here. Kind of just slides in there, I guess. Not that difficult. That's not, whatever. Then what I had to do is drill this hole. Can't see through the camera. Had to drill this hole to a larger size, which I didn't even show at the beginning, but that's okay. Just got to drill that to a larger size so that this hose will fit through it. So I guess that's done. Just got to connect this to the pump in here, and then I'm actually going to try just pumping some water through it. Make sure I get the pressure that I want. If I'm not getting pressure that I want, then I will resort to putting this hose in right here instead of this flexi hose here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll I guess we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick the bottom of this in a little bit of water, connect it up, and see if she shoots. If she shoots, then I think we're good to go. If she doesn't shoot, then I try that hose, the rubber hose versus the flexi hose. And if that doesn't work, if I'm still not getting decent pressure, then I guess I get a new pump. All right, that's it for now. All right, so I tried the flexi hose. I got pretty good pressure, but I got a little nervous trying to use it, as this end is pretty, I won't call it frail, but it's stiff, so I just didn't trust the clamping of it. So I'm going to use this rubber hose right here, and I had to make this hole a little larger. The hose is about 9/16 or 14 millimeter, whatever it is. And so I just drilled a larger hole for this to slide through, trying to use one hand. And so this is ready to go. I need to run to the store to pick up some fuel injection clamps for like a 9/16 hose or whatever. And hopefully this end, that end will fit on that monster right there. That's my next concern. It'll fit on the end of the fuel pump. It'll fit on that, no problem. That's a little bit larger than I was thinking, but a little WD-40 maybe. Maybe some soap instead. Maybe that would be better. And get it all together, and that's going to be fun because that hose doesn't flex at all, and I've got to try and make it flex. All right, so once I come on and do some more work, I'll have you join. All right, back at it. It's the next morning. Actually, it might be afternoon. Had to actually order the fuel injection clamps. There's a couple places around had it, but they were really quite expensive. And so I just ordered a box of multi-size clamps to use for the future. So they got delivered this morning. And as you see, so the clamp is right there, and then there's another one right here. I'm using the flexi hose due to the fact that when you put the pump in, it compresses down. I don't know if I can't really show you one-handed. I guess I can. So you put the pump in the tank and then you squish it down. I wouldn't be able to do that with the solid rubber line. Should this cause any issues, which I don't think it will, I can always put in the line and just compress it and snug up the clamps. But this is what I'm going to do, and I really don't think the rubber hose is going to make any difference. A lot of people, I should say, sorry, do the same thing that I've seen, I guess. So I'm going to try it, see what it does. So I'm going to put it all back together and try and start it. And I got a squirrel on the roof. Great. So I'm going to try and start it, and you will see the first time I try and start it. So I will probably use the primer under the hood next to the AC thing. Try to run it straight, just like prime it a little bit, see if I get pressure up there, and then I'll come back and hit play and see if I wasted more time or what. If this doesn't do it, I guess I get another pump. I don't know. I did replace the regulator. I really don't think it's the regulator. I think it's the pump. But, you know, parts cannon. I hope not. All right. I'll be back when I'm going to start it. All right. So I've got it all back together. Relatively speaking, it's kind of just supported by a couple of jack stands and a jack. I connected the lines up in the connector, and if it starts, I'm going to call it a win. If it doesn't start, well, this is going to be kind of a sad video. I did prime it. It sounded like it primed up front. Felt like, or it sounded like the injectors or the line actually primed. So I had to run and get the keys, and here we go. Well, I'm gonna call that a win. You know, if anything else comes up, I'll either do another video or not. You know, who knows. But as of right now, I'm gonna call that a win. So I thank you all for watching. If you want to subscribe and, you know, make a comment or whatever, cool, do it. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm just doing this because I enjoy it somewhat. But no, really, I do enjoy working on cars. And the only reason I'm scrambling to do this now is because I do have an emissions test to do in a couple of months, and if I don't get there by April, I don't get my license renewed and the license plate renewed, tags, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, I'm going to call this a win, and hope you all have a great day. Thanks, and have a good one. Bye.